Hey y'all, welcome back to Relationship Talk with the Noise. I am Thais,
I am Courtney.
and welcome to our channel. We are doing the season 12 Married at First Sight episode 8 review today. So, y'all, this episode, I don't know, to me, it kind of brought me back to the old Married at First Sight where we actually got to really go and dive into each couple and see how they're doing. It wasn't focused on one couple. It wasn't that much drama. This episode, I thought it was gonna be a lot of drama with that whole meeting up with Chris and the baby mama and the wife and all that. But it was it brought me back to the old Married at First Sight.
Yeah, the I'm thinking that this season here, this show, this episode, it was a right episode. It was less drama. It was less entertaining, but you got to know about the couples just a little bit more,
Yeah,
and that's that's it. It wasn't. It was drama free a little bit, beside Paige and Chris, but
the drama couple.
yeah.
All right, so let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's start with Ryan and Clara. So Ryan and Clara, this episode is basically like, they always have the couples have people over that comes to their house and they talk to each other friends and blah blah blah. And the main issue with Ryan and Clara is that well, Clara's friends couldn't come, so she had to have Brianna and Haley come to represent for her friends. So Ryan didn't really get a chance to speak to her friends to get any intel or any inside scoop about her. But she was just like basically saying she ain't never seen Ryan with his shirt off. She just like she wants something, and Ryan ain't giving it up. So that's basically their problem. Like they're good match, She's saying they're physically attracted. They do some stuff, but she basically wants some, and Ryan ain't giving it up. That's main what I got from them.
uh she's trying to hold back her emotions, her bodily functions, because normally her bodily functions would have been jumping all upon Ryan, and Ryan would have been like, "Hey, get that away from me." What they said at the beginning, Ryan didn't even kiss her the first
Yeah, she said the first couple
couple
days
of
they didn't even kiss.
couple of days, and they had no sex. And she's saying, I don't want to fall in love with him because I'm scared for him not to love me back. And she's saying, I'm not going to rush things. I mean, everything is mixed all up. It's mixed
I
all
think
up.
I think her main thing is that she kind of like he is trying to say I'm in this marriage thing for real. I really want to get to know you. I want us to build a friendship and then like fall in love with each other, hopefully. And then the making love and the sexual stuff would come apart. She just was like she wants to just get that part in to kind of, just kind of get herself off. And if you want to look at it like that, she's like she's sexually frustrated. That was her words.
Willing to get busy real quick and hope that will stir up some things. But that's just like what
Chris.
Paige and Chris did. And he wanted to, you know, do some things, and hopefully something will spark them up. But that's not the best thing to do. Like, get to know each other, get in each other mind, get some things going, and then you can start seeing if you really like each other, instead of bang, 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 bang.
And then nothing comes about it. I get
And
that.
and and Clara, um, she she has a whole lot of complaints towards him because of the things that he's not doing or whatever. She basically said this guy is stale, you
Because he
know.
doesn't want to take shots. Like she's like, you gotta force him to take a shot. He's like, you don't know
Yeah,
these people. I don't want to get drunk around people I don't know. Like, I don't blame him. And
yeah, yeah.
he's wound a little tight. He's wound a little tight. That's just kind of him. So I don't know. Well, that's all I got for them. She wants some. He's not giving it up. She wants him to take shots. He's not taking shots. What else you got on them? I,
That is
that's
all.
it.
They stale.
They stale. All right, let's go to Haley and Jacob. Now I thought Haley and Jacob seemed to be progressing a little bit. Um, I think Haley's friend, when they were giving the advice, and she was like, what don't you like?" And she was like, "He's into the '80s." And she was like, "Okay, what else? Like, he's a bad dresser. Okay, we get that. Like, what else do you have? Like, that can't be the only complaint you have for the dude." And that seems like that's all she has, is the fact that he's into the '80s.
I feel that she's not trying, and she's saying that she communicate and this and that. Her friend said, yeah, uh, 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 Haley communicates and this and that. But she's not trying. She didn't. She
Doesn't
didn't put in
communicate.
100. Yeah, she didn't put in 100%. She only put in like 5%. Like she's a 5%er right now. Like, come on, girl, you need to like put your time in. You haven't put no time in. We really got words from you. We don't know if you're mute or you can speak. Like you say things on the surface. Like, come on now. Like, Haley, you's a simple girl, and this guy is simple, but it seemed like it's more to him. And she seemed like she just like, whatever.
Yeah, I think Haley just needs to be honest and open with her feelings to Jacob. I think she holds back and she doesn't want to be like transparent with him. And the one thing his friend was saying, like, you got to be direct with him. Like, he doesn't catch on subtle cues that you do. You have to just be direct and tell him what you feel. And I think once she does that, I think their relationship will be a little bit better. Like, he was, I think they got a little close together because they were talking. She was asking him questions about himself, got to know each other a little bit. Like, he made another corny joke in the middle of them talking, but as they were talking, I was thinking, like, listen, Jacob is this kind of person, and you're either gonna love his personality or hate his personality. It's one way or the other. So it's like you're either gonna get used to how he is, or you're just not gonna get used to it. You're like, okay, I'm done, because he has that type of personality that you either love or hate. And I think that's who he is. But once you like, as they were talking, I was like, Jacob is really not that bad. Like, he's wearing me down. I'm like, he's no more weirdo Jacob. He seems like a nice guy. He's '80s Jacob. Yeah, he's really into the '80s. But he seems like a really, cool dude for somebody. Maybe not for Haley, but for somebody, he'd be a really cool dude.
But it seemed like they went back to day one with their communication. They went back, and we found out that since she didn't have no one since college, according to her friend or
Yeah.
something of that nature. And the, he started talking about self again. They were sitting apart. They're looking like boyfriend and girlfriend, like not married at first sight.
Well, they got
And
to start over. So
well, they started from the beginning.
at least they were talking to each other, getting to know each other. At least
Yeah, they was talking about fishing and boats. Yeah, they was getting
he
to know
wasn't
each other.
talking about his house. You got to give him that credit. He did not talk about his. He did talk about flipping a house, but he didn't talk about the house he's living in right now. So you got to give him credit for that. He's improving. It was so funny that
Okay, okay.
when they were all with the guys, and he was like, Erik, our wives really like to drink. And he saw the scene where she was like, she wished she wanted something to drink. He's like, I'm good. She was like, he gonna let me drink alone? I'm like, he don't want to drink. Like, he got to drink with you? Like, that was weird. But
Peer pressure, peer pressure.
I know. Anything else on Haley and Jacob?
That's all I have.
That's all I got with them too. Next, let's go to Erik and Virginia. Party gal, Virginia.
Party
So
gal.
they were away from each other. So she got a chance to be away from Erik. So she had to go to a wedding or something from her friend. And he was concerned that she don't miss me. I was like, let's see. But I think the one thing I took away from them too is his his friend telling him like You can't be trying to control your wife. Like you can't. Like her friend told him not to control, and then his friend also told him, like, stop trying to be her coach. Just be her husband. Like, stop trying to tell her what you know or what she doesn't know. Like, you're not her coach. You're her husband. You're her partner equally. And I think that's what he's not getting. He always like, I've lived with somebody. She hasn't. Like, I've experienced this. She hasn't. I was that. I'm no longer that. She needs to mature from that. Like, you got to meet her where she is at this point. I really looked at it and I was like, he keeps saying that. I'm tired of hearing you say that I lived with somebody before. She never lived with nobody before. So what? She has to learn her own pace. You either gonna accept her who she is or say bye. What you think?
I think that she putting her male friends before the marriage. I, just like I think that she has a dog, right? She has a dog and she like pets, and
Mm.
she's putting the pets
Got dogs
before
and
him
cats.
also. Yeah, and she putting these animals before him, and she's putting her guy friends before him. Like it seems like everything is before him. Her drinking is before him. And I think this dude is on the back burner. She likes him and all, but she's like, yo, listen, if you can't fit in my situation, just like if I can't fit in your situation, then it's not going to work. I'm party gal, and that's my reputation, and this is what I'm going to be, and that is it. I
She's
love
who
to
she
party
is.
and sleep on the bed with my male friends and fall out because I don't had too many drinks. I'm party gal.
Did you hear what she
Recognize.
said that her friends got a rule that she could only make them take 3 shots, so that she got to take the rest of the shots by herself? I said, girl, just stick to the 3 shots. That's it.
Oh
Like, why we
wow.
got to go more than that? Like, that's your limit. Stick to it. They wanted. They
She
said she
was
could
like
hold her liquor. She could hold her
she was
liquor.
like,
I
yeah,
was like, whoa.
listen, you stressing me out because I can't have my friends you keep talking about. He's like, "Ooh, I get along with everyone. Like, but she's stressing about these friends, and I don't know. I
Cause
don't know.
she say basically it's like a group of friends that they hang out all the time. So could you imagine you're
Yeah.
hanging out with these people all the time every weekend, and now you're marrying this stranger guy that you just met, just know for 2 weeks, and he wants you to change that, something you've been doing for how long with these close friends. It's kind of hard to adjust and just I get it that I'm married and this is my husband, but what do you think of the reality of it? Like, I've only known you for 2 weeks. I've known these people for how many years? That's what's adjust. I don't know. We'll see
They
how it works out.
they having a lot of dialogue, and they are talking, and it seems like they want respect on their situation that they're coming in with, but it's not clicking. It just keep banging heads, and
Yeah.
we'll see where we go with it, in other episodes. But is it just me, or they starting to look similar in their laughter? Man,
Cool.
you know how Erik
Every
and
kid, every
Potty
day.
Gal, yeah, they over here. She laughed in a way and get other people. It seems like she's starting to do the same thing too. I don't
It's
know. She's
contagious.
rub
So
she's rubbing off on him in majorly, and she's not taking nothing from this guy. Like she's rubbing off on him with the drinks and the laughters, and he's like, "Hey, you better listen to me, and you better communicate better with me." And she like, "Psh, please, I'm partying, party."
I see just a tad bit of controlling from him. Like he was like, see, I wasn't that bad. Like, we talked like every hour. I was like, every hour? Dude, it's too much. He's getting a little, he's getting suspicious with the controlling. I gotta watch him. We're gonna see how it goes. Um, Brianna and Vincent, I'm glad that he turned around and came back. I was like, okay, I'm glad you got yourself together, Vincent. And when you got to that parking lot, you realized, okay, what am I doing? I'm married to this girl. Why am I leaving? Where am I going? And he turned around and went back. Because I'm like, I still keeping my point of view that I think it was not enough for him to be like, I'm so mad, I'm leaving. So that's she explained to him that what I said wasn't like I wasn't trying to be offensive. I was just, we both laughed at it. I wasn't trying to make fun of you. I was laughing with you, not at you. And I think it was just like his version of what disrespect is. It's just like she has to understand that. And they don't understand each other yet because they're still getting to know each other. And he made one comment in his confessional when he was sitting by himself. He was saying how, she has to know not to be like that. And I was like, how I shouldn't have to tell her when she's being rude. That's what he said. And I'm like, how she knows she's being rude? She doesn't know you. She doesn't know what you look at as being disrespectful. So she's still getting to know you. So how is she supposed to know that? Like that's a lot to expect for somebody you only know for 2 weeks. What do you think?
I can piggyback on that. Just like he said, we I talk to my wife in delicate ways, and just because you talking to your wife in a delicate way, that means it's some type of something near. You delicate, you can be harsh, so you know somewhat what you're doing. So if you handling her in a delicate way, I don't know what I'm saying, baby. Hold on. What was your question again?
I said why she think that he said that I shouldn't have to tell her when she's being rude. Like how he expect her to know that she's being rude. Like how does he know she
uh,
knows that to him is disrespect. She doesn't they don't know each other yet.
well, just because they don't know each other yet and what they can take and what they can dish out, you still know the words that are coming out of your mouth. And just like he said, hey, listen, I speak to my wife in a delicate way. That's his choice. And he know he has to deal with it. But my thing is about this that when the delicacy is coming back to him, it shouldn't come back to him harsh when he's dealing with her softly and gently. Because some things, if you being nice, I expect nice things to come back to you. But she knows she's hard headed, and she knows she's a bull because her family is saying it, and and once you keep hearing it, you gotta be like, man, maybe I need to watch my ways, or
Okay,
maybe I am a this type of person.
first of all,
So
her family just stopped throwing her under the bus. Like they gonna keep putting stuff into that boy head. And when the mama was like, "How is it really?
maybe it's the
We know
truth.
she's a lot." Yeah, but you can't keep saying it. Like he'll figure that out eventually. You said it already. You said it at the wedding. Now you're saying it here. Like give her a break. Like stop. They don't know how he is, and like he's reading a lot into it. Just like his friend said, like get out of your head. Like he's the kind of person that calculate things a little bit too much or read into things which is not there. So it's like you keep saying that to him, he's looking for her to be a certain type of way. And every time she says something that might not even be anything, he's reading so much into it and bringing it, making it a big deal when it's not. Like her family needs to stop that. But he needs to listen to his friend. Like, get out of your head. Cause he was like, you left the house because of what? Cause let me get this straight. You left the house because what? Like, and I was saying that's what I'm saying. Cause she made a joke about champagne. That's why you left the house. And you wasn't mad at your friend. You ain't look at your friend and say you be disrespectful to me. And your friend was laughing at you. Cause he was looking at you like, dude, you stupid. I can't believe that's what you argued about. That's what you was got mad at and left the house. Which was a good point. Like, come on, that wasn't enough for you to be leave. That's my thing.
His friend was cracking up on him. That's a
He
true
was like,
friend, you
he was
know.
trying to hold back. He was like, I know you laughing at me. He was like, dude, you got a good girl. Like, don't mess it up. Like, come on. I think
Hey,
a lot of
he 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 need not to mess it up neither, and she need not to mess it up because her harsh and direct comments, you know,
you still with this
you
harsh and
got
it was not harsh and direct. We gonna argue about this again this episode. It was not harsh and direct.
it
She
wasn't
just made
direct.
a joke. He took it the wrong way. That's all it was. She made a
How you
joke.
gonna go? How you
He
gonna
took it
put
the
it
wrong
back
way.
on that man again?
I just said he took it, and he said he took it the wrong way. Like the fact that his friend said that you always in your head, it shows that this is somebody that always overcomplicates things and sees things that's not there. Like you say
Okay,
one thing, this
since
is what you meant. That's not what I meant. You read it into things that's not there.
since he is sensitive, okay, when it's her time that she is sensitive and he don't, you know, say things that what she need to hear, then can't point the finger because obviously she said something and you know it's coming back to him like you the man, suck it up. Okay, now if he says something to her and we'll see, it
She
probably
got
may come
tougher
out
skin
on
than he
other
do.
episodes.
She got tougher skin than
We'll
he do.
see.
She's not as
We'll
sensitive.
see. We see. We
All
see.
right, y'all. That's all we got on Brianna Vincent. So now let's go to Paige and Chris. Y'all come for this.
I'm 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 Chris.
All right. So first of all, they made this whole baby mama meeting up with her, like okay, with the face. Meeting up with her like it's gonna be some drama, and I'm,
Man,
I'm
don't
so happy how it played out. I can't with you with that face. So she gets this phone call. She's like, okay, I'm gonna have to pray and see if I'm gonna meet up. He's like just to clear the air, or whatever, just to get clarity. So I'm like, first of all, what you want? You told her you want divorce. You're going back to your ex. What else does she need clarity for? All right. So she must have went and had like a whole prayer session and finally got some revelation.
prayer session.
She got a revelation and the Lord finally spoke to her and the right spirit spoke to her this time and she came out a new man. She was a new creature, a new creation. I said, glory to God, Paige. She goes into that room and I said, all right, how this gonna play out? Now Paige, because all the previews she's smiling. I was like, why is she smiling? Why is she smiling? Like, what you got to smile about? What you all cheesing for? Now I see why. Cause Paige came out with the gun. She was like, I got something for you. This the
That's what
new
the
Paige.
guns sound like, baby. That's what the guns sound like.
That's what my gun.
They got what they got
That's
bop,
what my
bop,
gun sound like. All right.
boom, boom.
That's what my gun sound like. Anyway,
You
I
coming
was
back
like,
to
okay.
America. Bang. Man, shut up with that thing.
So she
Yeah.
is in the room with them, and he comes in. They all first of all they all dressed up like nobody told her to dress attire because she came casual jeans and a top, and they came off. He come with his new suit, and she come in the dress. So I was like, all right. So Paige, first of all, okay, we going too fast. We're going too fast. Let's back up. The whole meeting with Chris and the pastor. And I was like, why he called the pastor and say, I'm gonna tell you what happened? And when the pastor give him advice, he was like, I don't want to hear this no more. I'm like, I'm done with this conversation. What you
I
ask
know.
for the advice for? I hate people like that. That ask you your advice and then when you give it to them, they don't want to hear it. So don't ask me. Like just because I'm not telling you what you want to hear, you don't want to hear what I gotta say? Forget you then. Because he was basically saying that Chris, you made a commitment and you need to uphold your commitment that you made. Like just because you have somebody pregnant don't mean you got to go be with them. Like you can still be a father and not be with them. So that's not a reason why you should break off your marriage. And I was like, please stop telling that boy to go back to that girl. Tell him to go. So we want him to leave her alone because he's no good for her. They was like praising Paige, like you have a diamond, you got a good girl, and he with his dramatic. So I don't, I'm done with this conversation. I'm done with this conversation. I was like, boy, bye. Drop my daggone. I'm like, boy, bye, bye. With your dramatics, what you got?
She came out like like I'm coming out big dog style, like I'm Superwoman.
And she
She
finally got
said,
a backbone.
I gave him power.
I'm
Now
taking
it's
it back.
time to take it back. Okay. You may eat those words, Miss Superwoman. I don't know if you are so strong because my man Chris, he got that kryptonite now. He got that kryptonite, you know. I mean, those legs are open for a reason.
Oh God, no, she is overcome that. I feel like Paige finally
I
sat and
I
looked and
hope
reflected
hope hopefully. It's
and
one thing
see.
about sex. It's one thing about sex. When you have that and you intertwine, sometimes it's just not easy to depart.
True,
And
I get that.
sometimes when you try to depart, you got something open there. And listen, I don't know. I don't know. Now I'm not saying I don't have no faith in her, but my man got that he got that kryptonite. I mean, he whispered in the ear, just like the Yin Yang twins, and said, "Let me go, let me listen, let me listen." And she was like, "Oh, I thought we was gonna depart so easily. Why we
That was
can't?"
last week. That was last week. This week is a new Paige. She done had her prayer session. She done heard from the Lord. Praise God. And she became a new Paige. She let that old man is done away with. She killed that old man and became a new man. And this new man came guns blazing. And
Yes,
I love the way she just was dropping bombs, but she did it like with a smile on her face. And she came in and was talking, and she was just like, but then he told me he's going back to you, but then he whispered in my ear saying that he had a fear of falling in love with me. You're pregnant right now after y'all had a moment, but I also had the scare that I could have been pregnant. And I was like, oh, is that another is that another shot she fired? Like she just subtle, and I love the way that it was. She didn't come in like this. Oh, this what? Bam! This what? That's what he wanted. He wanted this whole cat fight thing, and both women handled the situation really good.
he wanted to control it, and since he couldn't control it, he felt ruffled. He didn't know what to do. He
Yeah,
was
he
like, "Oh my
wanted to
God,
control
what
that
is going on
situation,
here?"
and Paige held herself together and kept it even keel. She was controlling the situation. She was dropping bomb, but she was like with a smile on her face. And she was like, and she was like a grenade shot, grenade shot. She was like, no, the
Baby,
line
baby,
that
baby.
took it for me.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You need to start working on your action sounds, baby. Your action sounds. What? Give me a
Listen,
go.
y'all
Boom.
know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean. Bomb, boosh. That's my gun. So the line that took it for me, I wrote, finally, Paige got a backbone. And she was like, my intentions were pure. I don't know what his intentions were, but mine was pure. I was like, another shot fired. But the killer, she was like, this relationship no longer serves me. That line, I was like, mic drop. This relationship no longer serves me. That's when you know she finally got it. Like There's no reason for you to continue in this. There's no reason for you to even engage in any type of relationship, any type of communication, nothing. It doesn't serve no purpose for you. And it's like, finally, finally, oh, hallelujah, finally, she got it. Like, this dude, and in his mind, he was like, Dad, how is it, why is this not going? In his interview, he said, this didn't go the way I thought it was going to go. No, because you could have controlled it. Because Paige finally got a backbone. She finally started thinking on her own. She finally realized that you're a creep, you're no good, you're the devil. Like, she finally realized that, what have I been doing? She said, I came into the experience, I was robbed of the experience, which is true. She came with pure intentions, which is true. But she was just dealt a bad hand with a bad husband. And he had no accountability. No accountability. When did he ever take accountability for anything that he did?
Okay, you finish
No, I still got some more.
because
But I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you
because
go. I'm gonna let you go.
because because the ex was on the show for a reason. Because she said she had anxiety because she wasn't in control of something too. Because he couldn't be in control, and we know Paige wasn't in control of how many, you know, episodes. So all three of these people were sitting up on this show, and they have no control over themselves. How
Producers
bad
got all the
do,
control. The producers
huh?
got all the control. The producers have all the
Basically,
control.
basically, because and she was sitting there with her legs all crossed, like, and girl, I have no ill feelings towards you. And then Paige say, I don't have no ill feelings to. Why would y'all have ill feelings towards each other when y'all
Exactly.
don't, when y'all never even set sight on each other before? Like, those words was just like throw them out the window.
No, they was basically
Sorry.
saying like, I'm not coming at you. Like, some women would be blaming her and saying it's your fault. You got pregnant by it on purpose or blah blah blah. But she was just like, listen, we ain't got no issue with each other. You ain't do me nothing. I didn't do you nothing. So you know,
Exactly, because that's why even when she was talking to her, the ex, my man Chris jumped in there and tried to say something, and Paige was like, excuse me, I was talking to her. I was like, oh, okay,
shot.
oh,
You
okay.
want shots?
Hey, but I'm not getting excited because I need to see her act like this for another two episodes, because I'm not so excited. I'm just not, because
Get your point.
like I said, like I said, and I'm not being bad or anything. I know she was a hot pants, and I know he's a sex drive. Um, I don't know. They may do it for the fourth and fifth and sixth time. I don't know.
Oh God. I'm praying that this page
Me
is the
too.
page we see
Me
for the
too.
rest of the series.
I'm.
Like, it's the rest of the season. Like, just finally think on your own, realize this guy is no good, and just move on. It was just a bad experience. Learn from it and move on.
My
That's
man
the
was
main
like,
thing I
yeah.
hope she gets from it.
I was. I want to see if y'all, can connect. See if you can meet up with my ex. But I need to know if it's cool to do so. She should have been like, no, like for
No,
what?
I'm glad she went though. I would say no, she shouldn't go, but I'm glad it went because I think it helped her to get some things off her chest, and gave
I
us the
agree.
audience and a chance to see her like really stand up for herself and really like finally think on her own. Like, even though like her way of doing it, other people might have been a little bit more aggressive, but I love the way she did it because it was her. It was subtle. She did it with a smile. Like, and he still got like a couple of jabs. Like, he felt the jabs that she was giving, and that was all that needed to be done. Like, you've been dogging me out for how many weeks now? I finally got a chance to get back at you, and he didn't have nothing to say. Even the ex fiance was like, Chris, you ain't got nothing to say, Chris. Now you ain't got nothing to say. He's I never disrespected you. I was honest. Dude, you just need to stop. You was neither honest nor respectful. So I'm like, why are you trying to throw things back on her now? Like, no, it was all you. Like, be gone. Poof pow. Go back to where you came from. Cause I don't know. But that's basically what I have done. I'm glad it wasn't as hood and ghetto as I thought it was gonna be. But it was like two grown women talking it out. Paige had her chance to throw her little jabs in there and but do it with a smile. And that's the man. If you could still like give those little jabs on the undercuts, but you still do it with a smile on your face. And she didn't let him bother her. Like when he was like trying to chime in and make it like bring stuff back on her, she didn't let that bother her. She was just like, "Mm, okay. Mm." And I was like, all right, Paige, finally. Finally.
We're gonna
This thing,
see them
because
back
next week they're
together.
supposed to be meeting up again. I was like, why are you meeting up with him? Why are we still seeing them? I don't want to see them no more. Their relationship is
Because the
over.
show has to go on. They still have to get paid. So you're going to see them. You may see them on separate times, but you're still going to see them, and they're going to meet because they the ones that's making the show. They the one that's
No, it's
why you
not.
get paid.
It's
Because
other
you don't
people.
you 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 like Brianna and Vincent. You Eric and Potty Gal is, but
Please, D, what do you
everyone
think
is
about?
the fact of the matter is everyone is tuning in for Paige and Chris
I
right
get
now
it, but
because they the highlights.
it's time for us to go back to the real reason of the show. It's to see the couples, how they go, and see them fall in love or not fall in love or what have you. What do you think about Clara and Ryan? You still think they're not gonna make it?
They need some help, and you seen it on this tonight. They need
I
some
think
help.
if
They
Ryan give Clara some, they gonna be all right.
I don't know. We'll see though.
If
We'll
Ryan give
see.
Clara some, she gonna be hooked. She gonna be fall in love, and hopefully her stuff is good enough to hold him, and he fall in love
Okay,
as well.
okay. She gonna feel a little bit better, but what about him? Because he still have
That's what I'm
his
saying.
ways.
Hopefully, when he does that, he'll get the connection that he needs. I sound like Chris now. Talking about if he sleeps with her, he gonna fall in love with her. Take it back. Take it back. I take it back. I take it back, y'all.
I mean, this Chris thing, it keeps coming back. I mean, people should be really thinking about this, like, because this how people think. If they just, the connection to be there.
We gotta do maybe that we'll do a video about that. And we will do about that. Like that does that make anything different? Like how does that change relationship? All right, y'all. You got anything else to say about episode number 8?
No, I do not.
All right, y'all. That's it for us. Relationship Talk with the Loys. Another Married at First Sight review, season 12, episode 8. We out.
We looking for one of these, description in the bottom. We want you to comment. You are clicking that subscription because you are down with the Lloyd Love
Love
movement. We
movement.
don't disappoint. Uh, we are about the love. You love us. We love you. Hey, click that button. You can see some more of us. Support us. Support the channel. We can be strong together.
All right. We see y'all next time. Relationship Talk with the Loys. We out. Peace. Bye, y'all.